figured I'd turn this on, get a link, and get myself set up. And whoever's watching this, whoever watches this can be along for the ride. And when it's posted at the end, if it's posted at the end, which it might not be, I don't know. This might be the only time anyone gets to see it. Right now, 0 people can see it. If it's posted at the end, people can skip a few minutes into it. So, share, copy link. Okay. I actually don't know how to copy the link. I don't know how to keep this going in background while I send the link. Okay, it's been tweeted. And now I'm back. And there's one person watching. Hello, one person watching. I'm going to be setting up still. I haven't unpacked my cello from my show the other night. So you get to just watch absolutely nothing happening for the next 10 minutes. I'm sorry for being late, but I'm a musician. One of the cool things about having this job is that I can be kind of a slacker and kind of a stoner, and people just accept it because I make music. I highly recommend, if you're a slacker or a stoner, to make music. Oh. Hello, Gitsy Monster. Hello, Tom, watching downstairs in the same house. Yes, it has been way too long. So I'm going to turn my little thing this way for a second. I'm going to put my cello together. I played a show in Modesto on Wednesday. It was my first live show. My first public live show. I've played a bunch of private shows this year. Birthday parties and witchy ritual situations and things like that. But I kind of stopped taking gigs because my kid gets so sick really frequently because he's in kindergarten, and like I hear this is just a normal kindergarten thing, and you know, by the time he's in first grade he won't be getting sick quite so often. But right now it's like once a month he gets sick, and I only get sick like a third of the time because it's like, you know, one of those viruses that all the grown-ups have had, but the little babies haven't got it yet. And I don't like to play shows when I'm sick. Before COVID times, the show must go on was number 1 in my like personal commandments. Okay, maybe thou shalt not kill was above that, but I never really had that tested, so I can't really guarantee that that's true. But I played lots of shows with the cold, and I took my slippery elm lozenges. My very last driving tour before I got pregnant was up to Montana, and I had strep throat, and I actually picked up antibiotics on the way out of town, and I wore my little surgical mask before I went on stage for the first few shows, and lost my voice miraculously on the only day that was just driving. And I did all the things that the internet told me to do to get it back. And I got it back just in time. So we're going to be doing the show here. Yay, Devin and Val are here. Ella Font is here. Hi. Yay, people I really like are here. Devin and Val, I want to tell you that my mom is having adventures in Napa with some old lady friends of hers, and they went to Castella di Amoroso, where we had our lovely wine tasting a few years ago, and I highly recommended that to them. I hope they're having a good time. I miss you too, Elle. So yeah, I played in Modesto. I worked up this set. I'm going to play about half the songs, maybe 2/3 of the songs that I played for that show. I still have to plug everything in, so I'm just kind of chatting with folks as I do that. I realized as I was prepping for that show that I actually like it when people pay attention to me. And I think a lot of people like that, to be paid attention to. I realize there's a lot of forces vying for our attention these days. Social media, and when it's our friends getting our attention through social media, I think that's a great thing. I think it's wonderful. When it is corporations and their algorithms vying for our attention, I hate it. I'll take this off for a second to plug things in. Yes, some guy mansplained my own sound setup to me. You know what, Elle? I actually don't even remember which show you're talking about, because that happened to me like maybe about 25% of the time. Often it would be a sound engineer who, like, he was working at some bar or some small venue, and he wanted to talk to me about how, like, I was too good to be playing that venue that he was doing sound for. And it was kind of this weird neg. It was like, okay, I was a stripper for one night. And in that one night, I encountered the guys who come up to the girls and are like, "Oh, baby, you're better than this place. Come with me and move to Hawaii, and we're gonna have a brothel, and we're gonna be treated so much better than you're treated here." Blah blah blah. Anyway, this guy was just the sound guy at this venue, and he wanted to go through this whole thing about how I was better than that. I'm like, I don't understand what you're trying to do here. You work here, I work here. Let's just make this as good as we possibly can. Let's not, like, make this weird. Yay! Okay, yeah, I was glad to have yes, here we are. Yes, I'm glad my European folks are gonna get a chance to hear me. So I'm gonna play one song, and then I'm going to adjust the sound based on what y'all think it needs in terms of balance. This is just the microphone on my phone. I'm not going through anything fancy, because I realized if I had to, like, do full makeup or go through other things and have the mix just right, this live stream would just not happen. So I'm keeping it minimal, and I'm going to play a song right now about partying as the world burns. flowering vines winding their way around our hearts. If we stand still, have we run out of time? Time is the one thing we can't make, but we can kill. There is dust here and danger and fear of discovery. Trust among strangers, protecting some mystery. If we are the saviors, please tell me what we're saving. Lost in the labors of simply misbehaving. Yes, we have killed the cops in our heads, but what's next? We're free or we're trapped. What does it matter if we're dead? Dancing around the revolution, drinking our best solution. 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 Let's take another turn on this day marvelous force. Outside the movement, the empire on its course. We're safe in all abandoned halls. Only have to wait until the morning falls. Flowering lines winding their way around our hearts. Run out of time if we continue to play our parts. Yes, we have killed the cops in our heads, but what's next? Perfectly free, but what have we left? Our children. There are flowering vines winding their way around our hearts. If we stand still, have we run out of time? Time's the one thing we can't make, but we can kill. Thank you so much. Is the cello loud enough? Oh, baby Oberon is enjoying it. Yay. Oh, thank you, Elle. I'm glad you like that line. Yeah, so I read Temporary Autonomous Zone by Hakeem Bey, and meanwhile, a bunch of my friends were throwing underground parties and stuff like that and really living it up. And it kind of occurred to me, like, the cop in our head is kind of a good cop sometimes. Like the thing that, and it makes sense that Hakeem Bey is kind of a pedo. The cop in our head that says like, hey, don't hurt that person, or hey, don't do this shitty thing, that's actually like a cop that we should not defund. Like we don't want to be reinscribing social norms because of the cop in our head, but like there's certain things that self-restraint is actually really important for. So yay. So how are the levels of the voice versus the cello? Pretty good? We live in society. Aha, aha, aha. Cool. Okay, cool. That's great. Yay, good. This is just going through my phone. I could, the adjusting levels would just be me changing the angle on the amp. I'll show you my setup, everybody. So you see, there's my amp, And I get asked this at every show. The looper is built into the amp, which is a Roland AC33. There's my little pedals down there. And that's what that is. Okay, this song is called A Song Is Just a Song. And it's about the struggles that I was having with the role of music in a world that is struggling so much. It's a response to Good Bones by Maggie Smith, as well as Miss Rumphius, the picture book. I forget the name of that author. But the idea that children and young people are given the task of making the world a better place. And this song is a little bit intense, a little bit despairing. And as I assured my audience in Modesto the other night, there is hope later in the set. Filthy and full of shit, yet I've been told to stay clean. This world is dangerous and wants me dead, though I was promised safety. When I was young, I was taught my job was to make this world a beautiful place. What good can one person do besides plant flowers on top of heaps of toxic waste? A song is just a song, and it doesn't turn the sun unless it's somewhere digging. And the birds and I are still singing on behalf of the revolution, because it's something we can sell you on without sullying our delicate hands. And it's the bread and butter, and it's the golden age of circuses. Yes, this world is dangerous and wants to kill you, but you should survive anyway. Live to fight another day, because it's your job to make this a beautiful place, to spread the light that we could ever be safe. A song is just a song, and it doesn't bring up evil unless it's the grave digger's Thank you, everybody. Oh, thank you, Elle, for that note about Hexenfest. Gitsy Monster. I can't really pull that one off live. It has too much backing. It's not wrong to request it, but I don't think I could pull it off. I'm going to do actually, this is actually going to be an all original set so that YouTube does not give me any trouble for, doesn't steal any of my copyright royalties. Okay. All right. This is called The Heroine. This is the one that everybody loves me for. It has 1.5 million plays on Spotify. Look, Ma, I made it. And most of you probably already know the story. If you've ever, sorry, no Muppets. I can't do that. Some songs I make are like just for the recording. I never really, and if someone's having a birthday party or something and they really want me to do it live, I'll work it up live, but it's like, never feels quite right or it's hard to do. Okay, so the story behind The Heroine is, well, the story of how I wrote it, what inspired me to write it, was I was playing a sold-out show at Café du Nord with my friend's band, Hello, and we were doing their first album, Wiser, which was a huge, like, really important album for me when it first came out about 20 years ago. And about 10 years ago, we did this show at Café du Nord, and I was playing cello with the band, and it was sold out, and I invited this person who I just started seeing, and I look out in the audience, I'm like, he is not here. He slept through the show, and it was a sold-out show, so I could have used that guest list spot for someone else. And it inspired this story of an actress who, she's been practicing having these emotions and like showing these emotions on stage, but she wasn't really drawing from real experiences of sorrow and heartbreak. And now there's a war on in her town, and she's in a propaganda play, and she's asked her sweetheart to come, and he's not there. She doesn't know, is it worse that, he doesn't love me, or that he's dead? Obviously, one is worse than the other, but she's feeling like actual sadness for the first time. Bless her heart. The city is war-torn and nearly impassable. I act the lovelorn, dramatically laughable. You said you'd come see me here underground. Now it's closing night and you can't be found. I go through the motions again and again. You are not here to see them. I go through the emotions again and again, and this time I actually feel them. I play the heroine, I play to their sympathies. I say the sweetest things to command their empathy. But I ask just one thing of you, to be here. Did I not let it slip that I was sincere? That was my best poker face, trying not to care. I watch and I wait while you never appear. The city is war-torn and nearly impassable. I act the lovelorn, I used to be laughable. Though I've been and spoiled by pretty privilege. I am no child throwing a fit. I could write the book on disappointment, and you'd be the final chapter of it. So you're a coward, or could never love me, or you have fallen to the enemy. And I ask just one thing of you, to be here. Did I not let it slip that I was sincere? That was my best poker face, trying not to care. I watch and I wait while you never appear. All these people came all this way, faces stained with loss but smiling, they're crying. I would rather see you laugh at my tragedy than choke on my own tears while I am curtsying. So you're a coward, or could never love me, or you have fallen to the enemy. The city is war-torn and nearly impassable. I act the lovelorn. I wish I were affable. All right. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Thank you for the clapping, everybody. Now we're going to get into the one song I wrote in the year 2019. That was an off year for me in terms of songwriting. It was the year that we moved. And it was hard. I mean, I had a 2-year-old that year. So really hard to find songwriting time. But this is the one song I wrote in the year 2019, and it's about a singer who finally gets an audience with the king. Now, she's also cursed with the gift of prophecy, whether she likes it or not. She knows that a terrible plague is coming, and she doesn't know whether to keep up her kind of cheerful her cheerful songs that she's known for, or to let everyone know, hey, a terrible plague is coming. So I wrote this accidentally prophetic song in 2019, but my friend Erin J. Shea wrote a whole album called Apocalypse Songs. So, you know, I'm not the only one who accidentally had clairvoyance. I have a bearded lass before the king, and while I still can, I must sing. I sing through smiling lips and pretend I don't know it's the end. I can't stop this gift of vision. I can't help but see what's coming. I've never been given a Faustian bargain, 'cause no one wants what I'm saying.
selling souls are a dime a dozen. I can beat it last before the king, and while I still can, I must sing, tra-la-la-la. I sing through smiling lips and pretend I don't know it's the end, tra-la-la-la. Everything happens not for a reason, but it has to happen to someone. I used to have a potion to quiet the visions, but now even our poison is poisoned. And I was never aspirational, only living as a cautionary tale. Having to dance and beg down on my knees, my only chance at dignity. And to pretend these scraps are enough to appease the lords above. Of my own space and time, I'm queen, and while I still can, I must sing. Of my own space and time, I'm queen, and while I still can, I must sing. Of my own space and time, I'm queen, and while I still can, I must sing. Of my own space and time, I'm queen, and while I still can, I must sing. Tra-la-la-la. Of my own space and time, I'm queen, and while I still can, I must sing. I sing the truth, death comes for us all, and now she stands in your great hall. Of my own space and time, I am queen, and while I still can, I must sing. I sing the truth, death comes for us all, and now she stands in your great hall. Tra-la-la-la, motherfucker.
All right, I just taught your baby a swear word. Thanks, everybody. So I'm doing, I am finally making the instrumental versions of My Own Space and Time, I Am Queen songs. I think for my next original album, I'm going to try to make them both at the same time, like, because it's both easy and hard to go back and do it. Anyway, I just finished the recordings for Before the King, and on the lyrics version recorded, I don't have the motherfucker at the end. Okay, good. But in the instrumental one, I do. I just go. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is another story song. This is a story of a queen. And she's very paranoid. She sends her people out to go cut down the rose hedge, but then she has this fear of barbarian hordes descending upon the castle. And she's like, wait a second. The thorns are there to protect us. So let them grow. So then they grow over the whole castle and the garden dies. And there's no light anywhere, and it's just completely full of thorns. And everyone finds it very unpleasant to live there with her. So they all abandon her except for one servant. But she has this very, like, this is my divine right to be here. And I don't care if everyone else leaves. Is it a metaphor for immigration? And for people who don't want immigrants and refugees? And so their whole land stagnates? Maybe it is. All around the castle, the queen once sent men to dig up the vines that choke and starve the garden. But the prickliest hedges yield the sweetest scent. So she decrees the roses are her protection. I have every right to be here, and this place is mine alone. If you leave me, the gods will keep me and feed me. I will stay on my throne. Cold and forgotten, she remains with just one. Pity or loyalty, or a twisted kind of love. Impassable hedges, enclosed mossy stone, and rise over towers and block out the sun. Now she declares the roses were made just for this. Pick them and strip them, adorn her for worship. Let the thorns grow for the promise of a rose. The roses grew thorns so he wouldn't disturb the flowers. Command all you want, your beasts, men, and gods. Green growing things obey only their own laws. And the pretty ones get to keep their thorns, but the prickly ones have beauty all their own. And the pretty ones get to keep their thorns, but the prickly ones have beauty all their own. I have every right to be here, and this place is mine alone. If you leave me, the gods will keep me and feed me. I will stay on my throne. I'll curse this broken ground, bones and thorns and dust. Who will dig them out? The histories of us. Let the thorns grow for the promise of a rose. But roses grew thorns so we wouldn't disturb the flowers. Command all you want, your beasts, men, and gods. Green growing things obey only their own laws. Thank you so much. Okay. So this next song is one I'm not sure how well it'll come across with my phone's microphone. This one has some very stacked chords. It might be a little weird. Might get weird, but we're gonna be okay with that. And we're gonna be okay with it. So I was inspired by a friend of mine who is also a musician, and she's struggling really hard right now. And I was thinking about how many people I know from doing music 10 years ago who've totally given up at this point. And many of us are still trekking along. Cool. Okay, so this song is called Falling Leaves. This is one of the 8 songs. Okay, I've released 7. This is one of the 7 songs that I've written this year and released on my Patreon. And I briefly have them up on Bandcamp, but if you want to like get the recordings, I suggest you join my Patreon or my Bandcamp subscription. Either of those works. Patreon is $1 a song. Bandcamp is $20 a year. You get about the same amount of music for about the same amount of money either way. If you pledge $2 a song on Patreon, you also get the right to vote for what songs I cover. Every other month I cover a song by request. So that's the little spiel at my Patreon. And here's the song Falling Leaves, and it's about well, when I see other people struggling as musicians, sometimes I realize, okay, this shit is actually really hard.
A simple thing, the fall of leaves touches me, makes me weep. Far away, love, were those days. Far away, leaves carried those homes away. So many around me have given up. What if we all work to make this world better? But it keeps getting harder to get better. So pass it on to someone younger, though they won't know the stakes. Would they prefer I shape myself into perfection as a girl? Powerless, powerless is the muse, and that's how we are crushed underfoot. That's how we are crushed underfoot. those we have lost, for what might have been, and what was the cost. It's okay to weep for those we have lost, for what might have been, and what was the cost. I keep reaching still, I keep reaching still, I keep reaching still, I keep reaching still. I keep reaching still. What was the cost? It's okay to weep for those we have lost. I keep reaching still, I keep reaching still, I keep reaching still. And all the rest of them must be so content, don't have to be scrutinized or constantly pretend. But I know they wonder how life would be if they could have survived being wild and brave and free. And the joke's on me, girl, I'm still in the shit. Other ones with self-respect have already quit. But you're still alive and you're still the best. Come and play a show with me once you've had some rest. You're still here, listening, just behind where I have been. You'll catch up, don't you worry, don't give up. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. I'm gonna play 3 more songs for you. This one is based on The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas by Ursula K. Le Guin. And I'm going to read a quote by Le Guin as well. This I'm going to take my ring off because this one is very hard to play. Okay. We live in capitalism. Its power seems inescapable. So did the divine right of kings. Any human power can be resisted and changed by human beings. Resistance and change often begin in art, and very often in our art, the art of words. Bright towered by the sea, can you see the city? horses and children in procession, laughter and music fill the air. No guns or bombs, no king or knight, no guilt, only joy. There are some who walk away alone into the unknown. If you accept this city, this bliss, that's the end. Don't read any further. But if you are one of those who thinks happiness dull or impossible, when they torture religion for you, and because they torture that child, some must walk away alone into the I was one of those. I gave up security and sunlight, the comforting knowledge that my child would never be the one sacrificed. I walked away to build something unimaginable into the unknown. There are some who walk away alone into the unknown. There are some who walk away alone into the unknown. There are some who walk away alone into the unknown. There are some who walk away alone into the unknown. There are some who walk away alone
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. This next song is called Forgotten and Then Found, and it is another one of the very new songs. This one and Falling Leaves are probably the ones that I'm most excited about, so I'm playing them live today. And again, if you want to hear the newest of the new shit, my Patreon or Bandcamp subscription is the best way to go. Could something be forgotten and then found again? Prized like a trophy on a shelf. Does beauty once it wanes ever bloom again? Will chaos ever learn to sort itself? It's creeping, it's creeping, it's creeping up on me. It's growing, it's growing, it's growing around me. I found a ring of silver with a lapis stone, deep in an old treasure box. I slid it on my finger as I stood alone. And then I simply took it off. It's shining, still shining up at me. It's simple, but crooked, one stone between two leaves. I put it on and felt nothing, no memory, but someone made it and someone gave it to me. I was forgotten, I would like to be found, even if it's only my own hand that pulls me out. I would like to be found. I was once as glamorous as Marilyn. Be lovely, act sweetly, and you will be beloved. I was once as casual as anyone. Use your head, not in bed. You don't want it enough. Could someone be forgotten and then found again? It's creeping, it's creeping, it's creeping up on me. Even one as plain as I have been. It's growing, it's growing, it's growing around me. I have learned not to ask for too much, because it burns to reach and never touch. I was forgotten, I would like to be found, even if it's only my own hand that pulls. pulls me high.
distinction, pinned like a butterfly, a place of 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 distinction, pinned like a butterfly.
I could make Tom a moderator. Hi, Sarah. I could make Tom a moderator. I don't know how to do that quickly right now. But I will just say the links right now. If you go to patreon.com/unwoman, I'll figure out how to make Tom a moderator next time. I always want Tom to have the ability to moderate my chats, but I also don't want him to have the responsibility of moderating my chats because he's already watching our child right now. And that's like, that is the unruly child to rule them all. Whereas people on YouTube are just saying things. So anyway, but yeah, the links will, I'm sorry you can't post links, but if you go to my website, unwoman.com, they're all there. There's a link to my Patreon and my Bandcamp subscription. And thank you so much for the compliments, folks. Yeah, if you want to subscribe, there's links to them there. What am I? Oh, so my very last song. This is the song I always play last. This is my song Hunger, and it's about being a wolf. Cool. All right. Thanks everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is my song Hunger. I'm sorry I don't do more live streams, but if this sounds good to everybody, I will do more of these. All right. Although I think I played all like the things that I'm most into, the original songs. I played them today. So maybe I'll play them again.
How can we meet as equals when I am full of such destruction, and you have mastered stillness and peace, and claim no desire for disruption. Must I dance as a lamb to get close to you? Will the creature I am ever know you? Must I dress as a lamb to get close to you? Will the creature I am ever know you? Must I dress as a lamb to get close to you? Will the creature I am ever know you?
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. And you can visit my website, unwoman.com. There's like, various ways you can give me a tip. If you're broke, like many people are these days, please, you do not need to give me a tip. You can share my music with other people instead, if you so desire. And I do recommend, though, subscribing to my Patreon or Bandcamp so you can get the new hotness whenever I make it. And yeah, highly recommended. What else do I want to say? I don't know. Let me see what everybody. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's do this. Oh, okay. Now I'm going to read your comments on my laptop. Okay. I think I saw a Jurassic Park reference. Oh, yes. So, I don't know if Cardboard Geek, I don't know if you know this, but we did a group costume as Jurassic Park characters for Halloween. And Tom was Gennaro and I was Ian Malcolm. And Pickles just wore his little dinosaur onesie. I kind of, because it was such a like casual costume for him, I felt like we really had to do the whole like family thing. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for listening. Yay. My electric cello is an NS. It's the mid-range of the NS designs, and it's a 5-string. I forget what the name of it is. Let me just take a look. I will look in my emails for an email from the Electric Violin Shop. I got it from the Electric Violin Shop. And I need a little fresh air in here. Ooh. Hear the neighbors playing basketball. I got it from the Electric Violin Shop based in North Carolina, and they were lovely. But my friend Renee ordered an NS Designs cello, I think from a different shop, and apparently there's like, supply chain hullabaloo. So if you want one, be prepared to wait. And Renee finally got her cello. Hurrah. Okay. What did I get? I have too many emails from them because I'm on their mailing list, so it's hard for me to find the thing. Ooh. I'm one of those people who gets like, I have almost 10,000 unread mails in my lists folder. Sorry, it's going to take me too long to find it. Very awkward. Anyway, it's the mid-range of the NS Designs electric cellos. Wow, you saw me play in Manchester. Oh, yay. I'm trying to look at your picture and see who you are, Cardboard Geek. But yeah, I loved the art gallery in Manchester. That's really cool. Studying music theater, awesome. Nice. Yeah, I remember that. That was the last time I went to England. That was the last time I went to Europe at all, actually. I've never been to continental Europe. I was supposed to go to Berlin to play the Steam Ball in 2020, and then COVID happened, so I didn't get to do it. And now, who knows? Yeah, I remember that tour. I did a tour with Tylene, and we took trains everywhere. That was really cool. Tom says we need to go to the UK. Yes, we do. But everything has to be a show, and booking shows is really hard, and I don't like to do it. So, okay. Well, anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I'm gonna turn this off. And wait a second. Are there any other questions I want to ask? Oh, Elle asked if I sang this one up on Aerial Silks. The song I sang while I was doing aerials is my song Silence. And there's actually a video on YouTube of me doing that. But yeah, that was a really fun show. That was the Circling release party at the Vagabond Ballroom, which was the Vespertine Circus's headquarters at that time. And I did 2 nights for people. And Elle danced to my song Specimen, and I had aerial performers for I think 5 of the other songs. I had 5 other aerial performers, and then I did Silence. But I did my whole album Circling live. And some of them used backing tracks, but all the ones that I could manage to do without backing tracks, I did without backing tracks. Yes. Thank you. I thought it was badass too. Yeah, I look back at things I did 6 to 12 years ago, and a lot of them are really cool, but I would never, I wouldn't undertake something that ambitious again. And maybe that's something that I can get back. Yeah, the aerialists were really amazing. Okay. I'm sad you missed that too, Melanie, but you got to have birthday concerts a bunch of times since then, at least. Yeah, that was cool. I'm glad you made it too, Tom. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to stop this live stream, and if you want me to do this again, I don't know, remind me in a month or so. Bye. I mean, goodbye.